Spider-Man has always had enough opponents who gradually appear from comics and in films. And now another sworn enemy is in line, preparing to make his film debut. This is Kraven the Hunter. His real name is Sergey Nikolaevich Kravinov. He first appeared in the Amazing Spider-Man comic 1964. Kraven is a maniacal big-game hunter who seeks to defeat Spider-Man in order to prove to all mankind that he's the greatest hunter in the world. The origin of Sergei's powers is similar to the forces of the Black Panther. He regularly takes a potion made from various medicinal herbs sprouting in the jungle. Thanks to this, Kraven the Hunter has gained a number of abilities, including superhuman strength, speed, endurance, flexibility, and enhanced reflexes. He is able to survive a fall or blows from opponents with superpowers. Herbs have significantly changed Sergei's aging process to such an extent that for several decades he has practically not changed. Kraven is also a gifted tactician, hunter, and a hand-to-hand fighter. Plus, he's familiar with many exotic poisons and tranquilizers that he often uses during his hunts. For the first time on the television screen, Kraven the Hunter was seen in the animated series The Marvel Superheroes of 1966. Here he collaborates with Chameleon to steal a magneto laser from Tony Stark.
The fighter's head and Kraven's cat-like lunge.
Next, Kraven the Hunter appears in the animated series Spider-Man 1981. He appears in an episode called The Hunter and the Hunted. J. Jonah Jameson hires him to capture the saber-toothed cat Zabu, so that he becomes the mascot of the Daily Bugle. It uses a special gas tranquilizer formula and an electric cage trap for Zabu.
You are one funny dude. You don't talk much, do you? I need to get some real friends.
In the same year, Kraven could be seen in the animated series Spidey and His Amazing Friends, in an episode called The Crime of All Ages. Kraven brings a dinosaur caught in the wild land to Manhattan, thereby trying to prove the existence of wild lands. Later, he captures Firestar to use her powers to power a machine that will produce an army of dinosaurs. The most interesting version of Kraven the Hunter appears in the animated series Spider-Man of 1994. Here its origin is slightly different. Sergey Kravinov, trying to save Dr. Marie Crawford from an attack by hyenas, gets many wounds. Crawford uses a special drug that, in addition to healing his wounds, also straightened all his senses and physical abilities. In the animated series, he was summoned to hunt the six-armed monster Spider-Man. An alternate Kraven the Hunter appears in the animated series Spider-Man Unlimited, where events take place on another planet. Kraven appears in an episode called The Hunter Comes. He works as a mercenary, both for the Rebels and for the High Evolutionary, but is hired by the latter to hunt down and kill or capture Spider-Man. In 2003, Kraven was seen in the Spider-Man The New Animated Series, which is based on computer graphics (CGI) with cel shading technology. The animated series consists of one season, including 13 episodes.
No! Mary Jane.
Next, Kraven the Hunter appears in the animated series The Spectacular Spider-Man of 2008 and looks like a character from comics. He's the most experienced hunter who is known in the world. He relies only his natural abilities and caught prey only with his bare hands. In the episode titled The Trial, Kravinov arrived in New York with Calypso and his beloved Lion, who was trained to track down anything. However, after the first defeat at the hands of Spider-Man, Kraven decided that the reason for this was the genetically modified physiology of the spider. In 2013, Kraven appears in the second season of the animated series Ultimate Spider-Man. This version uses high-tech versions of traditional hunting weapons, for example an energy spear with a blade and a power shield. Kraven aspires to become the greatest hunter in the world and collects various magical artifacts related to animals. In the episode of the same name Kraven the Hunter, Kraven arrives in New York to hunt a white tiger, where he uses a mystical drum to drive her crazy, but eventually she and Spider-Man manage to defeat Kraven. In 2017, Kraven was seen in the animated series Spider-Man. Here he was hired by Norman to bring both Spider-Man to Oscorp for experiments after the Spider Slayer failed to recover stolen samples of modified arthropods.
Be a problem.
Miles!
In 2018, Kraven the Hunter appears in the animated series Avengers Assembly – Black Panther's Quest. This version is similar to Kraven from the animated series Spider-Man of 2017 and has a right metal arm. Here he hunts the Black Panther. Initially, Kraven the Hunter was supposed to be the main antagonist of the film Black Panther of 2018, but due to copyright videos, it was decided to abandon this idea. However, the outline of Kraven the Hunter, along with other characters, briefly appears at the end of the movie Spider-Man No Way Home in 2021, when the rift of the multiverse finally gets out of control. Back in 2018, Sony announced the development of a solo film about Kraven the Hunter within the Sony Spider-Man universe, which will be based on the comic book Kraven's Last Hunt. However, the whole process was delayed, and only in May 2021, actor Aaron Taylor Johnson was chosen for the role of Kraven the Hunter. Filming began in March 2022.